Okay, wanted to get on here, make a video, and this is want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately, and it's about, some of you may know who this man is, some of you may not, but I know he's pretty well known. But he goes by the name of Pastor Charles Dowell Jr., which is Pastor Dowell. And he is the pastor, the leader of the Straightway Truth Ministries. But I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about how Pastor Dowell is a man of truth. Pastor Dowell, in any shape, form, and fashion that you can think of what a man is, that is Pastor Dowell. That is Pastor Charles Dowell. But the main reason I wanted to get on here and do this video is because the thing that's been on my mind lately is that a lot of us, and I'm going to use myself as an example, a lot of us grew up being taught, raised, and reared by women. And I know this predominantly is in the black community. So like for myself, I was raised around a lot of women. My mother, sisters, my aunts, majority of my cousins were women. So just growing up around women, girls, and all this feminism and female, just being raised around a lot of females. And one thing that about Pastor Dowell that has been constantly, like for these past about a week, has been constantly knocking at my brain, just hit me in the spirit, is that Pastor Dowell, the way that he carries himself, the way how he is physically, spiritually, how he is how he is as a man and how he is as a leader. I heard somebody say that Pastor Dowell is a man that you would follow into war. Pastor Dowell is a man that you would be running in the charge right behind him onto the battlefield. And I can honestly say that statement is so true, because Pastor Dowell, that's a man that I know from me, that's the type of man that I want to be. That is the type of man that I want to be. That's the type of man that I want my sons to be. And if you know in the ministry how all the leaders are men, but they're not regular men. Those are men. Those are men. These are men. When you see Pastor Dowell, when you see how he is, his mannerisms, his character, those are the same things that you see in all the other men and all the other leaders. They are the exact same way. They are the exact same way. And they are just men. They are just men. But Pastor Dowell, like I said earlier, Pastor Dowell, he makes you, especially someone who was raised around women majority of your life, Pastor Dowell makes you become a man. Pastor Dowell makes you become a man. And he won't accept anything less. And if you can't, if you cannot do that, then how can you be, how I take it, how can you be a man in the Most High's kingdom? Because the Most High only deals with the men. So if you're not trying to be a man, how can you survive? You can't survive in Yah's kingdom. You can't. But Pastor Dowell and the other leaders, such as Elder Rufus, Pastor Corey, Elder Becker, Teacher Shane, Elder Mitchell, these men, I mean, these are men. And when you see how the way they walk and how they carry themselves and how their mannerisms are, it's like you have no choice. But you want to be just like that. You want to be just like that. I mean, I look at them like, man, not trying to compare myself to them, but I'm like, man, how can I become a man like that? And then once I can become a man like that, then how can I teach my sons how to become men like that? I mean, these men, Pastor Dowell, are, I mean, these are, in this day and age, these men, like Pastor Dowell and all the leaders, these men are, in this time and day and age, these men are unheard of. They are like something strange out of a movie. Because these are men. These are the type of men that I want to be. These are the type of men that I know when you read in the Word and you see how men acted, you see how men worked, you see how men operated. They are the full embodiment of that. And when you read it in the book and you see it right before your eyes, it's like you have no. It's like you just have an urge to be like, I gotta be like that. I gotta be like that. That is something. That is something that, especially all young boys or young men should be something that you should be striving to become. Especially myself, and especially if you have sons. Because you have to be an example. That I'm learning, you have to be an example in every aspect of your life to show them how to be a man. So, I just look at Pastor Dowell, and if you grew up just around women majority of your life, Pastor Dowell and the elders and the leaders, those are men that you want to be like. those characteristics, those mannerisms, those how they operate, how they carry themselves, how they speak. That is what we should be looking forward to trying to become. Because in my eyes, everything that I see and how they are and how Pastor Dowell is straight biblical. It's straight biblical. It's straight culturally. I mean, it's crazy, you know, especially in this day and age. And you don't see that. But like I said earlier, if you was raised a lot around women majority of your life, being around Pastor Dowell and being in this ministry, it's gonna get that. It's I promise you, it's gonna get those female tendencies. It's gonna get that female nature out of you. It's gonna hurt, but I promise you, it's for the better. I promise you, it's for the better, because he's teaching you. Not only is he teaching you the word, not only is he showing you that it can be lived and walked out, but he's teaching you and showing you that you can be a man. That if you have sons, you can teach your sons how to become men, and a righteous man at that. You know, where I'm at, I have a leader. I have a leader in, you know, in the state that I live in, with Brother Jermaine here in Straightway, a part of the, you know, Straightway, Ohio Assembly. And Brother Jermaine is one who I can honestly say, for one, he's been around, I believe, just about all the leaders when they were coming up, and even where they're at now, and even around Pastor Dowell. And you can see the same mannerisms and the same characteristics, the same embodiment of what it is to be a man biblically and, you know, culturally and just spiritually. You can see it, you know. And I just thank the Most High that I have these examples in front of me on a daily basis that's showing me how to become a man and getting these female tendencies and these Jezebel type spirits out of me, because I don't want my sons to have this. Damn, I don't even want to have them. But the main thing it is, Pastor Dowell teaches you how to be a man. He shows you how to be a man. The leaders that are under him, they teach you, they show you, they live it, how to be a man, and a righteous man at that. So I think, you know, I just wanted to make this video because it was just something that was, you know, just knocking in my mind. Is like, man, this is where you want to be if you want to be a man. This is where you want to be. And, you know, if you have sons, this is where you want to be, to learn how to become a man and teach your sons how to be a man. So I just wanted to do this video, to give all glory, honor, and praise to the Most High Yah for putting these men in front of me, Pastor Dowell and all the elders, the teachers, the deacons, all the men in front of me as examples. So it'll teach me how to become a man and show me how to do it, and show me how I can teach my sons how to do the same thing also. So, and all this, all praises to the Most High Yah and His righteousness, because the Most High knows what He's doing. The Most High knows what He's doing, and He puts you in places where you can become who He wants you to be. So I am thankful and humbled and grateful to be a part of the ministry where I have someone like Pastor Dowell, an Elder Becker, a Teacher Shane, an Elder Rufus, an Elder Mitch, a Pastor Corey. That's a man. Pastor Corey. I mean, they're all men. They're all men. And just to see how they are, just to see how they walk, how they carry themselves. Man, it's something that if you haven't seen it, if you haven't been able to be around it, something that you want to be, it's something that you want to be a part of, because they teach you, and they teach you right. So, but I just wanted to do this. Blessings and honors to you, Pastor Dowell, my shepherd. Blessings and honors to you and your household, to all the leaders, the elders, for being that example. Blessings to all you. Blessings to your household. Blessings, especially blessings to, the leader that I have where I'm at, Brother Jermaine West, Straightway, Ohio. Bless you, my brother. Thank you for being a leader and a man just like the ones in our leaders that step before us, and doing everything that you can to help teach me. So blessings to all the leaders again. Glory to the King. That's all I got.